Joanne from Naomi's Home Health, coming to you live on Instagram and my thyroid and hormone support group over here. So if I'm looking at two different things, that is why. So I am here to guide you to live a cleaner lifestyle, reduce your symptoms, and increase the ability of long-term wellness. So a lot of people in my thyroid group ask questions a lot about weight loss and why can't they lose weight. And if you've got a thyroid issue, this is why. But in saying that, the stress cycle, the stress response, that fight or flight that I talk about, this is why you are not losing weight. Weight loss is not just about food and exercise. It's about up here, in here. Hi, how are you going? Yes, it's about the whole package. It's not just about what we eat, and our nutrition is absolutely everything we do. And if you have lived in fight or flight for a long time, that stress response, the trauma, you might have lived in it since you were a child, something might have happened to you when you're a teenager, you might be in a terrible marriage, family issues. If you are constantly stressed at work, they can be hindering any sort of weight loss, and that will hinder your healing as well. So you are not going to heal from your thyroid issue or your autoimmune disease or whatever it is that you're trying to do, or even if you're just on a health journey, you're not going to be at the peak if you have this stress response, this cycle in your body, this release of cortisol all the time. And one way to fix that and to bring that back down is to breathe properly. Now, I do a lot of conscious breathing. Conscious breathing is different to breath work. Breath work is different breathing techniques in order to, calm yourself or have a different mindset. But conscious breathing is learning to breathe properly. And I can tell you, pretty much all of my clients do not breathe properly. And I can walk through a shopping centre. You're not breathing properly. You're not breathing properly. I can see when people aren't breathing properly. Not breathing properly is a stress response. And we have taught ourselves, we have conditioned ourselves from possibly a very young age to breathe shallow or breathe through our mouth. And that is an indication that you are in fight or flight. So what is happening is you're not getting the maximum amount of oxygen into your body. You're not getting that oxygen saturation into your cells, into all of your organs. Your heart rate is going to be a bit higher than what it should be. You may have some anxiety. Breathing properly is going to reduce the anxiety, reduce the level of cortisol that's flooding into your body. Cortisol, if you have weight gain around the middle, that is excess cortisol. It is a hormone that is our fight or flight hormone. It's the adrenaline, that adrenal surge that you get. And if you are constantly having that, there are a couple of other things that will cause that as well, like coffee, chocolate, but not breathing properly is number one. So drop in the comments if this makes any sense to you. Do you know if you breathe properly? I know a lot of people tell me that they are breathing properly all the time, and then I check in on them and I can tell them right away that they're not breathing properly. Every single person that has bought my Conscious Breathing ebook has said, oh my gosh, I didn't know I wasn't breathing properly. So if you are trying to heal from a condition, it's probably not going to happen if you are not breathing the right way. So I've developed this workshop called Conscious Breathing Workshop. It's happening on Wednesday, the 22nd of March. There's two of them. So one will be at 11:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, which is Sydney time, and the other one will be 7:30 at night. So if you're in America, the UK, you can pick one of those times, and it will fit in for you. So spaces are limited. I'm going to reduce the numbers because I want to make sure at the end that everybody's breathing properly. We're going to go through some techniques. We're going to have some tools where you can check in on yourself all the time after this workshop, but I don't want to leave that workshop without checking in on everyone. So if I've got 100 people on, I won't be able to do that. So this is why I want to limit the space, limit the numbers of people on this workshop. You will find the link if you're on Instagram. The link is in my bio, but we will put the link for it in my thyroid group. If you're on Instagram and you haven't joined my thyroid group, go over there. There's so much information. It's thyroid and hormone support group. You will find it in Linktree as well. Anyway, link is in my bio. But get yourself a spot in this conscious breathing. If you want to, reduce your stress, sleep better, reduce your weight, have a little look at how you breathe. And I know that you probably think that you do because we just breathe naturally, right? But when we are stressed, we do not breathe naturally, and we have conditioned ourselves to breathe the wrong way for a very long time. So if you're breathing, like I still find myself, like when I went through my divorce last year, I found myself tense, holding my breath at certain times. It's a stress response, but I'm aware of it now. Unless you are aware of it, it's hard to know what to do. So I've got tools to allow you to be aware consistently of how you're breathing, and I'm going to give you a few little tools and techniques. So go and book your spot, because it's an hour and a half of a lot of it's not a lot of information, but it's quality information, and you will feel different. You will notice, you will sleep better, you will notice the differences straight away, and it will become a new habit for you, and it's an improvement in your life. And that is what health is all about: making one improvement, creating a habit, and then keeping that habit going. Everything in this house that we do now is a habit. It's second nature. Me checking in on my breathing. I didn't breathe properly. I was always breathing through my mouth, and that I knew was a stress response. And now I check in on myself constantly. But there are ways to do that. And if you don't think about it, I tell heaps of people that they're not breathing properly, and like, oh yeah, I'll check on that. And then, you see them next time and they're still doing it. So it's something that you need to be aware of in order to gain true health. It will cleanse your system. It will help your liver work better. The liver is that major organ in the body that is keeping the toxins, holding the toxins for us. And it won't release anything too toxic into our bloodstream. So when you do a flush cleanse, I know we've talked about this before, but when you do a flush cleanse, it will release too many toxins into your bloodstream. So this is why breathing better, it's going to help that liver work effectively and get rid of some of the toxins at the right time and the right amounts. So it is one of the most important things in your healing journey is conscious breathing. Breath work is fantastic, but I want to take it one step further back, because unless you are breathing properly, breath work is great, but you need that first step before you get to your breath work. So it's 22nd, Wednesday, the 22nd of March, 11:30 a.m., 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Have a little look at it. If you know anybody that is struggling with their health or is on their health journey, share this with them, because I don't see anybody talking about this. I follow so many natural health therapists. I follow doctors. I've been to doctors. I've been to health coaches. I've done a lot of it. None of them dived into this with me. And it's super important. They don't talk about adrenal health. They don't talk about how to help your adrenals calm, how to get out of that fight or flight state. And this is what we're going to do. So this is a really major step for you. Learning to breathe properly is huge. So go and book your spot, because it's really important. It's the best investment you'll ever have in your whole healing journey. Don't worry about your supplements. You can take 0 supplements and do this, and this is going to help you a lot more, and it's a much better investment. So go and have a look. Message me if you need any information. Myself or my team will get to you. We always respond really quickly, but I'm here to help you understand all aspects of healing, and this should be priority number 1 for you. So Wim Hof, yes, Wim Hof is awesome. I do Wim Hof myself. It's breath work, but it's not conscious breathing. Conscious breathing is being aware of how you breathe every moment of every day. So that is what's truly important. Breath work is fantastic, but I want to take you one step before breath work and get you to breathe properly all day. That will help you. If you snore, this will help. If you have sleep apnea or whatever it is that where you stop, it's sleep apnea where you stop breathing at night, isn't it? This will help as well. So it's all in the jaw. There's a lot to do with the jaw. There's a lot to do with so much of the body if you're not breathing properly. So bring it, it's 1.5 hours of your time, and you will get a copy of my Conscious Breathing ebook as well, which will have steps in it. It's amazing, and it's a major healing tool. It's a major health tool that is not discussed enough amongst a lot of health practitioners or coaches or anything like that. So priority number 1, start breathing properly and learn how to do it, get the right tools, and join us all. I've already got a couple of people booked in, so spots are limited. Book in now, because I want to make sure every one of you, before we get off that call, is breathing properly. So let me know in the comments if this is something that strikes a chord with you, because if you want to lose that belly fat, you're going to learn to breathe, and it's not going to happen overnight. You're going to have to train yourself over a long period of time, because you trained yourself with the stress response, you trained yourself to do it the wrong way. We're going to retrain you, and it will happen. It will happen, and it will make you feel so much better.